Can I tell you a truth? Do you have the courage to listen to this truth that I'm going to tell you right now? Do you have the amount of guts that it needs to take for you to stop trying? Because what I'm about to say right now may literally change your life. Do you feel like people are not enough for you? Do you feel like you are not enough for people because they are not seeing you for who you are? Do you believe that whatever you do, you are not going to get that same reciprocated energy back to you? Everything that encompasses you trying, right? It's all because you see more as a possibility. Now, there's a thing where I've done in my own life. What I used to do was that I self improved myself so much that the mere fact of doing more was normal for me. Like, it was okay for me to expect more of myself. So I did more things so that I could reach that level of expectation I had for myself. And I longed, I craved, I was desperate for people to be their better selves as well. I really wanted them to change. Not because for me I used to say, but because for them. I wanted to see them grow into their fullest potential because I still see how people can reach their fullest potential if they just tried. Why do I want to try so much though? Why do you see this more as a possibility? It makes you feel more inclined towards your fullest potential, right? But if it makes you more inclined to what you could be, why not change that narrative a little bit to just see who you actually are? Why can't you be the possibility than more as the possibility? Have you asked yourself that? I'll just give you a second. Just ask yourself, have you been yourself lately? Have you just been trying in everything in life? You've just been improving a lot, or you're either trying to strive for something, or you are doing something that is making you want to try even more. And this isn't going to stop. It really isn't. It's going to stop when you understand that more can never be a possibility in this moment. In this moment, you are the one who is here and you are the one listening to me speaking right now. So, you are the only possibility of what is going to happen in the future. So, more is there, but you can't expect yourself to become the future you without doing all the things that need you to get from point A to point B. So, how can you make you as a possibility in this present moment? How do you control your evolution? This is a controversial topic because controlling your evolution mostly consists of you being patient enough and mostly consists of you having to control all the hard shit that you're making yourself go through, because either way you're going to evolve, and that's what everyone wants to tell you. But the real way on how to approach controlling your evolution is by your ego. Your ego was never a bad thing. Let me tell you why. Ego can be bad, but how it makes you a better person is that egos are a very sacred tool for us to feel like we are in control. So, let's just say you had a fight with a friend, and in this moment, maybe you're feeling dimmed of your own light and of what you think. However, if you just touch with your ego upon a second, you're going to feel powerful that you at least said what you had to say. You're going to feel at least confident enough to realize that you are okay to have said what you said. So, the moment you feel like whatever you have done isn't what you have actually done, that is when your ego starts to dissipate. Because when you don't realize what you've actually done until this moment, you are not going to realize how ego will help you. For example, I didn't realize for majority of all the achievements that I made, that all the achievements that I made was by me. I was like thinking that all the achievements that I made was from a higher source, and everything that I did and tried to do and all of that was just a reason for me growing, right? Because everything happens for a reason. But everything happens for a reason until you understand that you did that shit. You actually persevered and achieved that shit. And when you realize that, your ego comes and your ego says to you that you are indeed powerful and you can hold yourself in this proud manner. But then your humble side self tells you that this shouldn't be what you feel right now, that you have to dim your own light. And if you are not okay with this concept of ego and feeling powerful all the time, then obviously that humble side of yourself is going to erupt. But what you do at that moment is that you realize that ego is a way of you to feel secure, and if this situation wants you to open your voice, then you have to feel powerful. You have to feel proud, and you have to sit with the fact that you have done everything that has brought you here. So that will not dissipate your ego, and then you are in control. Because what happened when you weren't in control, you felt like you need to do more. But now you don't need to do more, because you know that you have done what you could do, and that you will try to do what you can do, and that is it. You don't do more because you can't not do more. You do more because you know that just by realizing your potential, you are able to do more. Maybe that's complicated, but you get my point. You get my point that controlling your evolution is just you feeling secure in evolving. So, how do you feel secure in evolving? You understand that your ego can be used to feel more powerful, and you realize that you should stop dimming your light. Don't know how to stop trying because you're so humble. If you had an ego and if you were totally secure in everything that you say and did at this point, then you wouldn't feel like you have to expect more of people or you have to change even more, because you know that you at this point in your life are you, and that is it. So that's why you expect more of people. And also this feeling arises when people don't realize their highest potential. You want to tell that to them, but most people don't realize their fullest potential, and they are okay with not realizing it because that is comfortable for them. And if that is what they choose to do, that's not your say. And that is a hard truth to bear, but what it does to you is that it makes you even more secure, because you know your truth, and maybe they know their truth, you can't really know. So how to stop expecting and feeling sad when people don't try too much, or when you don't get what you actually need? You be that need for yourself. You be so secure in yourself, so strong in this mindset, that whatever those people do in their lifetimes, it won't affect you. You know why? Because you are so in tune in what you need and in what you have done. Go do great things. Go do things that make you feel joyful. And do those things by knowing that you have done those things afterwards. It's not because of other things that has made you come here, or other circumstances that has led you here. Those are all beautiful, but you are the cause factor for everything. The high standards, those high standards that you expected yourself to be in, honey, it's not going to make you feel good in the moment if you're just thinking about what high standard you have to be in at this moment. Isn't it more relieving to even think of the idea of not beating yourself up too much for reaching that high standard? So that is it for this message. I hope you, dear friend, have learned something from it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next message.